What up, guys? We go back here with another video. Explain the title up above or down below if you're watching mobile. But get them a context and explain the title like I always do. So further ado, let me get into it. Just eating some mac and cheese Cheetos. Not really that great unless you're really a big fan of Cheetos and mac and cheese together. It's weird to me. But I eat it. Probably not the best thing to be eating when I'm doing reviews too. But anywho, let's get started. So the comics real quick. Again, I haven't read any of these yet, but just want to show my picks. I got A4's issue 7, continues the story of the head. You got the Dazzler Thor, and she's obviously being mind controlled by, the witch and that stuff. So it's kind of interesting to see how it will continue. Then we got new Suicide Squad, issue 22. Includes a new story. I look at Harley and the game, and I look forward, including this story arc, as they're gonna go into the Jim Lee's version of Suicide Squad, the new Suicide Squad. And as you can see, because it's a DC title, it's my own DC title this week. It has the copy of the William Batman Superman. I might get this next week. I might get it this week. I'm really close to buying it. I really want to get that, but I want to get that in Zootopia and a couple other Blu-rays. So I'm like, yeah, I'm iffy about it. Then we got Black Widow issue 5. As she continues her secret mission and going on for, and it's kind of cool just to see what's gonna happen. Then we pick up all of these. Well, maybe not these next few because I do introduction, but definitely pick those up. Then we got a first one. It was only one on the shelf, and I didn't know it came out. I'm gonna sit and grab it, but because it's my girl Cammy. I love Cammy. She's on my keychain, everything. She's probably right now she's under Armika, but she's up there with Chun-Li and obviously Karen up in Street Fighter, just like Karen, a hair story. And a big development they show for another Street Fighter story, which I won't spoil if you pick it up. Definitely a Street Fighter fan. If you're just a Cammy fan in general, definitely pick it up, because it's kind of just retelling the story of if you already know what happens to Cammy, or her sister, obviously in this DLC, and from Street Fighter 3, or even Street Fighter 4. The last one, well, not really last one, but these are all third prints, well, except the third one is the second print. But I finally picked up the highly anticipated and fucking the $4.99 issue 1 of Moon Knight. This began a lot of praise, and a lot of people really like Moon Knight. I've never really gotten into Moon Knight or began to reread it, so this would kind of be like a fresh memory, or not a refresher of me of reading Moon Knight, because I've never, I remember when he first came out, or when they kind of reintroduced him in the 2000s, but I just wasn't as big into him. But this comic's getting a lot of praise, so I'm definitely interested to see what the hoopla is about. I hope so, because they were fucking $4.99 with the first issue, and I was like, yeesh. I was like, I might do a recap on that, but I may not, because I don't do a lot of recaps. And it's not really a comic, but I just want to show it because I do artists, and you can follow my DeviantArt bad draw. I probably won't put the link in there unless people specifically ask. But I do a lot of lewd stuff, as hentai and ecchi. But I brought the issue of issue 281 of 2016 year, $7.95 with my discount, because I have a box at the comic shop I go to, and they give you extra discount, so $7.19 on all those, even the $4.99. It was $4.19 in the shop, but it is the heavy metal issue of and the Suicide Squad was $2.99 as always for some reason, so maybe that helps. But it's the variant, it's not the variant. It's the magazine of their sex issue, which is always sci-fi and sex and yada yada. It's it's an art magazine, as they would say, the world's greatest illustrated magazine at the top, and it's just short those sci-fi comic stories and art, all comic strips and stuff, and art. And each issue has they have ones dedicated to horror, they have ones dedicated to sci-fi. This is their sex special, as always. It's really good. But this actually is one of the covers. This cover is actually done by Kevin Eastman. People that know, Kevin Eastman is one of the guys that does the art for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original. Those two guys in college did those. It was kind of cool that he did the art for stuff that, and because for the people that may not know, this guy named Grant Morrison, he used to work on Batman comics in DC and is a big artist and writer. he's now the head of heavy metal because I guess heavy metal wasn't doing as well, and there's a little like introduction about him him and his sex life in summertime, which is like you could be like ill grody, but it's kind of interesting to see, and it's interesting his connection with sex, obviously because he made if you're reading his work, it's very sex related, even his Batman stuff. But I don't want to picture him having sex. It's about him in this fucking pink swag suit. But it's just like, kind of sci-fi and sex and even the summertime, all in together and doing little essays. It's really cool and neat as an artist. I got to pick it up even though this is more. But definitely cool. So with that, 6 minute art with me real quick. I don't watch Bojack Horseman. Like, that's my cartoon themes, Like, it's not that I don't like it, it's just like I can't get into it. It seems like to be too deep, whatever. And it's just not for me, I was like I like deep shows, but like this is like all the hoopla here about it is like, oh, show's so deep, so deep. I was like, yeah, but we've had deep shows like this in the past. Duckman, a lot of people compare it to, which came out in the '90s. I like Rick and Morty because has a sci-fi element, and there's deep stuff in Rick and Morty, but that's not why I like Rick and Morty. I like the movie because it's funny and it's comical, and that's pretty much it, and they just happen to have the sci-fi element. But I don't know, BoJack doesn't appeal me, it doesn't draw me in. I just know season 3, everyone's talking about it, so I was like, I just want to address that. Not that it's bad, although there is people have brought it up. There's a pilot called You Are Animal, which has the guy that plays Will Arnett's father in Arrested Development. He was in this cartoon pilot like Plasky, I'll be saying the name wrong, but they did like the Rugrats cartoons and Duckman. What a shock! And this seems very similar. I'm not even joking. If you go look at it, it seems very similar to BoJack Horseman, the overall plot. But the fact that these two actors have worked on the show together, and all these are both Netflix inspired, and it just seems like sometimes these are two more coincidence. But hey, that's what's up. So 7 minute mark, it's video sign off. I'll make a quick video. You guys take care. Go on to peace. Bye.